Good afternoon, and welcome to From Where We Are, stories of news and culture through the lens of USC and Southern California. I'm Evan Rodriguez, coming to you live from Studio B in USC's Annenberg Media Center.
And I'm Michaela Eidelberg. It's Monday, April 1st, no joke. On today's show, we'll bring you scorching investigative journalism involving the U.S. Supreme Court, received a major award at USC.
We'll honor Armenian American Heritage Month
And Arab American Heritage Month.
And we'll take you live to the 2024 iHeart Radio Music Awards in Hollywood. All that and more on today's From Where We Are. But first, today's top headlines. Hospitals around the country are enforcing a new law that states patient consent is required for any breast, pelvic, prostate, and rectal exams in the future. The release by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services notes that the guidance was issued to reiterate and provide clarity for patients undergoing surgery performed by medical students, nurse practitioners, or physician assistants.
A portion of Highway 1, also known as the Pacific Coast Highway in California, fell into the ocean this past weekend along the coast of Big Sur, leaving over 2,000 tourists stranded. The highway remains closed as engineers and officials observe the conditions.
After being out for just 4 days, Beyoncé has broken streaming records yet again with her newest country album, Cowboy Carter. The album, which debuted Friday, has officially become Spotify's most streamed album in a single day of 2024 and Amazon Music's biggest first-day stream for a country album by a female artist.
And in April 1st news, the USC administration announced today that the university will no longer offer students the Lyft rideshare program. President Carol Folt made the announcement in front of Tommy Trojan, saying students should walk more and get more of their daily steps. Folt says she will incentivize the new program by giving students a free Fitbit based on the number of steps they take. April Fools! Sorry, that last story is not true. Today's award ceremony celebrates the work of 5 groundbreaking journalists. Their series, Friends of the Court, published in ProPublica, has won the 2024 Selden Ring for investigative reporting. This series uncovers what ProPublica calls the most serious ethical scandal in the modern day of the Supreme Court. Nikki Brellison has a story.
The Annenberg Forum was packed today as students and professors filed in to watch the Selden Ring award ceremony. Gordon Staples directs the School of Journalism and offered them the glass trophy.
I'd now like to present you with the 2024 Selden Ring Award for Investigative Reporting.
The dean of the journalism school, Willow Bay, explained the history of the award.
It was established by Selden Ring, Southern California business leader and philanthropist, to recognize the importance and the value of rigorous investigative journalism to our society and to a vibrant democracy.
The series of stories that won this year's award makes you think that in this country, something's a little fishy. Maybe it's the picture of U.S. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito on a luxury fishing vacation with a Republican billionaire. This is one of many examples of what the ProPublica team that won this year's award call ethical violations surrounding the Supreme Court. The reporting team included Justin Elliott, Joshua Kaplan, Brett Murphy, Alex Mierzejewski, and Kirsten Berg. They worked together to uncover the untold goings-ons among Supreme Court justices. The team pored over hundreds of documents to understand how, for example, Justice Clarence Thomas accepted numerous guests and flights from billionaire Harlan Crow.
The main thing we found was that a couple justices, particularly Clarence Thomas, have been accepting secret luxury gifts from billionaire political donors.
Joshua Kaplan is one of the reporters.
And Thomas in particular has accepted a stream of gifts with virtually that appears to be unprecedented in the modern history of the court.
Kaplan hopes his team's work will have an impact going forward, but he says accountability would have to change.
Would like to think that these stories have brought a lot of attention to something that's quite unique about the Supreme Court, which is that unlike virtually every other part of the federal government, the justices face essentially zero oversight and accountability.
Kaplan has advice for those looking to break into investigative reporting.
The first 2 pieces of advice I can think of is to, really with investigative journalism, the great pleasure of it, but also the key to making it work is to always have an open mind and to really just put in the work to talk to as many people as you possibly can. It's so fun. Every story you're working on a topic that's quite new to you, and you're talking to people who have lived very interesting lives and understanding. They're trying your best to understand their world, and then the other thing is, I guess, to just you have to kind of look around widely and try to stay attuned to when something seems off or when something seems like there could be a bigger story there.
This is Journalism with an Impact. After the series was published, the Supreme Court adopted an ethics code for the first time in its 234-year history. The U.S. Senate held hearings and many senators pushed for ethics reform. The ProPublica reporting team isn't sure what their next story will be, but in the United States of America in 2024, there's no doubt that there's a lot to cover. For Annenberg Media, I'm Nikki Barrelson.
There's a group of students and faculty at USC who, starting today, for the first time, are getting a month to celebrate their culture, all aspects of it. USC has almost 1,000 members of this community, and LA has more than 200,000 people of Armenian descent. My co-host today, Michaela Heidelberg, has the story.
On the wall behind Shushan Karapatyan in her office at USC hangs a beautiful tapestry from Nagorno-Karabakh. It's reddish and timeless, tranquil. That's the region that was recently ethnically cleansed, says Karapatyan. She directs the USC Dornsife Institute of Armenian Studies. California, for a while, has commemorated what it calls Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day, but their culture, of course, is so much more than that. So Karapatyan is pleased that this year, for the first time, USC will celebrate Armenian culture for the whole month of April.
So I think for USC students to feel like their university, their administration, their peers see them, and see them not just as descendants of genocide survivors or potentially compatriots of currently suffering people, to see them as a group of people who have been around for a long time, who matter in this community, who matter on a global scale, I think is very, very significant. This simple recognition that we see you, and we don't just see you at the moment, we see you in context.
Events this month include performances and Armenian cuisine. President Carol will open celebrations on April 4th, and you can see what they call a cultural showcase at the Trojan Grand Ballroom on April 8th, and then films, Armenian language immersion, and other Armenian cultural events throughout the month. We're even coordinating with UCLA on April 24th for a joint Armenian Student Association candlelight video at UCLA. Karapatyan has big hopes for this month and expects it to be a success based on past smaller events that USC has hosted.
Any Trojan or anyone in the larger community who has engaged with any of the programming we're putting on has something meaningful to say, like, I had no idea Armenian history spanned several thousand years. I had no idea Armenian food was so fantastic. I had no idea Armenian music and dance was so moving. If Trojans and larger community members have meaningful engagements with any aspect of Armenian culture or heritage, food, history, music, dance, language, that's a pretty phenomenal thing.
Karapatyan says the Dornsife Institute of Armenian Studies eagerly anticipates the participation of the community to make the first Armenian History Month at USC a memorable and meaningful experience for all. For updates, detailed event schedules, and more information, check out their website. For Annenberg Media, I'm Michaela Heidelberg. And April is also Arab American Heritage Month at USC. Malcolm Caminero has more.
At the square right next to Tommy Trojan, more than 100 people gathered to celebrate the beginning of Arab American Heritage Month. The opening ceremony featured performances, traditional food, and remarks from distinguished members of the Arab community. As the infectious music played, dancers invited the audience to join in on the celebrations. Arab American Heritage Month is a chance for the community to enjoy and share their culture. NASA, the Middle Eastern North African Student Assembly, organized today's event. They invited local Arab American vendors and performers to liven things up. Normir Taha, an international relations student who co-founded NASA, highlighted the importance of the festivities.
It's such a nice opportunity to show people that there's so much more than what they already know about Arab. Show them our culture, show them the love, the traditions that we have, and show them how much we love to share it with the world.
With the ongoing war in Gaza, this can be a difficult time for the Arab community. They face threats and discrimination, but Arab American Heritage Month is an opportunity for them to showcase their culture with pride and without fear. Isra Marnini, a speaker at the event, described her difficulties facing discrimination.
Today, like many of you, I find myself struggling to figure out how to respond to the increase in violence and discrimination against Arabs, both here in the US and abroad. But what I learned from my own experience is that you must always be true to yourself.
National Arab American Heritage Month began in 2017. At that time, only a few states recognized it. Now, Congress, the U.S. State Department, and 45 state governors have issued proclamations commemorating the initiative. All throughout April, USC will host cultural events like art exhibitions, literature discussions, and student gatherings to celebrate Arab American heritage. For Annenberg Media, I'm Malcolm Caminero.
And that's all we have time for on today's From Where We Are. Nikki Barrelson produced today's show, and we had help from DJ Herrera and Lily Wang.
Our board operator is Grayson Solomon, our live stream manager is Sam Bittman, and Derek Renfro composed our theme music.
Catch us live on YouTube at Annenberg Radio News Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. Subscribe to From Where We Are, wherever you're listening right now. Finally, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Annenberg Radio. I'm Evan Rodriguez.
And I'm Michaela Eidelberg. From all of us at Annenberg Radio, wherever you are, we hope you'll join us again for
From Where We Are. So the iHeart Radio Awards are tonight. Do you have any big picks for the winners or what? What was your favorite song of the year?
Honestly, I'm gonna say it's kind of controversial, but like I'm tired of Taylor Swift. Like SZA's up there. I know Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj are up there. Like we have some really good picks.
No, for sure. And with all those new songs from Barbie, they're definitely gonna be taking some.
Oh, for sure. And even like with SZA's, like besides like her Saturn song, like or album, like her old album is still trending even after all this time. So.
April Fools! We are not done yet. We have yet one more story. From Ludacris hosting to Cher being honored with the Icon Award, the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards tonight are honoring the best music from this past year. We're joined by Nick Vernick, who is live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, where the event is currently live. Hey Nick, what is the vibe there? Stand by while we deal with technical difficulties. From ludicrous hosting to Cher being honored with the Icon Award, the 2024 iHeart Radio Music Awards tonight are honoring the best music from this past year. We're joined by Nick Vernick, who is live outside the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, where the event is currently live. Hey Nick, what's the vibe there?
The vibe here is very lively. I'm now standing on the Walk of Fame on Hollywood Boulevard, and there are a lot of people congregated here. Most people didn't even know the event was happening today, and a lot of tourists just happened to be walking in the area, and this drew their interest and have been sticking around for quite a while now.
Have you seen any celebrities?
We saw several celebrities walk in, including Ice Spice. We saw Jared Leto. We saw Peso Pluma. And we also saw Green Day, who will be performing as one of the live artists at the award show as well.
And what about some Hollywood characters?
Well, to my left, I am now currently looking at a figure who is cosplaying as Bumblebee from the Transformers, and a lot of people are surrounding him taking photos, typical Hollywood Boulevard activities, and yeah, we've seen a lot of interesting people.
Okay, Nick, be honest. Have you taken any photos of Bumblebee?
No, but I did take several photos of Ice Spice and her beautiful, luxurious hair.
Amazing. Has anything surprised you?